I want to move on to the question of same-sex marriage, where, Robbie George, you have taken a position that it's morally not correct. I believe I can say that about you correctly. Your opponents obviously take a different position. Why do you think that their position, which I think they would argue represents the moral high ground, they've already made that case, why that's wrong? What are the competing goods here?
Well, I've written 2 books on this subject, and I can hardly compress it into a 30-second statement. I'll just tell you what my view of marriage is. I do think the competing view can be defended with serious arguments, and I've engaged with people on the other side about the arguments. My own personal view is that marriage is the relationship, historically and into the present until the past 15 or 20 years, the relationship that unites a man and woman as husband and wife to be father and mother to any children born of that union, conferring on the children the benefit of being brought up in the committed bond, the marital love of the 2 people whose coming together as a biological unit gave them the gift of life, and conferring upon them the additional benefit of being brought up with both maternal and paternal influences and care. Not every family will have a father and mother. Not every family will be intact, but in my view, that should be the ideal. Now, I would, if I had time, I'd have to defend every single one of those propositions, because they would all come under attack, especially from an audience where we are. I mean, it's very easy to lose a debate over same-sex marriage in New York.
We don't need to be attacking your... We don't need to be attacking your personal views on it, but we want to hear from your opponents why the contrary represents the moral high ground. Let me take it to Melissa Harris-Perry.
I would just say, because you want to separate religious marriage from state marriage. And so I think that is a fine definition within any given religious context. And I believe that religions ought to be able to make choices about how they define marriage within the context of their faith, but that the state should not make those distinctions. And so the state should recognize all marriages equally.